Okay, we're back again, and now this should be the last video. After all the trouble we passed setting all this, it was a lot. Now we can update. This is being posted, I'm not sure why, but we can also just say this and just dispatch that and return the post, just like that. We can change that if we need to. Yeah. So let's continue with the deletion. We already have that. We're just going to add the delete here, okay, inside the post, so we can delete that, and the CRUD will be good to go. So I'm going to call this, inside this I'm going to call the delete post action. So let's say await delete post action is going to have the post ID and it's going to have the file ref. So we just saw that is actually deleting and saying the other image when we update. Okay, it takes a little bit to load. Remove this, and now we're going to say set redirect to true, and we should be able to delete now. We are logged in. Delete post, delete post, invalid argument in child. Maybe I did the same thing. Config, delete. File ref should be returning. So okay, I'm going to keep that one open because we need to check if it's actually deleting that. So what it says, post 98, postjs 98. Let's see. Okay, so it's actually here. It says I want the file ref. Okay, that was it. I want the file ref that is coming. Okay, let me show you. Database that is coming from this. Okay, so this is the actual file ref that we want, and this should be set file ref. Yep, we are setting get the file ref to the post file ref. So this file ref, set file ref, is going to add the state to the file ref. Okay, so that is what we want. So we want inside the delete the file ref that is coming from the state. So let's save that. Let's try again. Edit, delete, image deleted, we got redirected, and okay, it says this document doesn't exist anymore because it actually doesn't exist. And I just add, yep. And storage, we should have only one image. Okay, we have only one image, and okay, all the CRUD is done. What else we need to do? Oh, we need to handle because right now we can access everything. Okay, log out, we can access a new post and all that, but we don't want the user that is not logged in or signed in to have access to this. Even though when we click first post and we are not logged in, is going to remove the edit and the delete from this post, okay? But we want to disallow the user to get inside the post. Let me see what the fuck this is saying. Okay, this should have something to do, expected mix of, and must have a lot of. Okay, so yeah, we are going to add the out. All those warnings, you can check them out. Okay, I'm not going to worry about those. So I'm going to go to the out, and this is going to take some work. Okay, but this is actually the last part of the video of the series. So I'm going to copy and paste this four things. That is React from React. We're going to connect the component. Okay, we're going to connect Redux to this component using the connect, default connect, the old version. Okay, so because we need, as I was testing, I was trying to get the from the store, but it wasn't updating. Okay, so I decided to, no, it wasn't letting me because this is a higher order component and it needs a functional component. So I'm going to show you later how you can manage the redirections with only a Firebase and React without Redux, okay, and without this higher order component. But I don't know, this could be helpful component for some of you, so just going to add it. And as I was following what I had on my other video about React and Firebase and authentication, I decided to go the same route with this higher order component. So we're going to say class auth extends react.component, and this is going to call component did mount. Remember that we still have these functions. It's going to be a async, so we're going to say let user status equals to an object. Let me add the semicolon there. Await for Firebase that get user state. You can actually do also this inside the routes, but just add it inside this. Then user, so this should return a user. So let's say if user, then user status that user. So the user status we have here is going to be the user. If that is set, meaning that if I refresh here, right now I'm not logged in, we're going to have the user, okay, in case we are logged in, and we need to handle that. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so now we have the user, and now we're going to check something, because this is going to go to the routes. Okay, this is going to be a wrapper for the routes. Object that keys. So this is going to wrap our routes, and our routes will have the props. So we're going to say this that props that log in. Okay, that we still don't have this. We're going to add it in a second inside this one. That length equals 0, and object that keys this that props that sign sign in that length. Okay, let me just add my, okay, so I can see it equals 0, just another equals. Now we need another one, and object keys user status that length equals 0. So what we are doing here, we're checking if the state of login that is going to come from Redux, we still don't have that connected here because we need to connect that inside this component. So we're going to check if login has the user or is signed in has, and this user status is only going to have the user if the user is authenticated and if we perform this action, the refresh action. Okay, so we can keep the user login and still check for the routes. So now we're going to render this component with the props, I mean distal props. Okay, so we have this. Let me scroll a little bit. Now, okay, we have all this done. Let's add this to the render. So we need to do something else. We need to connect Redux in the old way function map state to props state. So we're going to say return the parts of the state we want, login. This is the naming, and it's going to be coming from state that login that user. Also, the other one is sign in state that sign in that user. Okay, so this is we're going to get from the state the reducer name and the reducer property. Okay, so this is the state, the reducer, and the reducer property. So that's how you can understand how that is working. So I didn't close this one. It seems I didn't. So this is going to have one, two, another one, and it's going to say return connect. We're going to connect map state to props. Here we're going to pass an empty array, an empty string, and we're going to export this with router. I want to wrap this out class. Okay, and now export default auth. So this is actually not I'm missing one. Which one is missing? I should add. There's a oh, okay, because I know why. That is okay. That is how it should be. You actually don't need this one here. I saw that wrong. So we're going to connect the router. So this is going to return the component with the props. We're going to wrap that with the with router and export this one. So what we're going to do now is to go to the routes and import this. So let me close all this. Auth, and let's go to the, let me close all this. We already have this working. We need to import here auth from components auth and auth. So we're going to protect here what we want, the components we want to protect. So right now the only one we want to protect is auth, is not auth, is create. So we're going to wrap this create inside this auth. So let's save this. Component is not defined. 927, I think this should be it. Let me go to my auth component on line 27 inside auth.js. Okay. Component okay, because I thought I added that, but no, it's with a capital C. So we are logged in now. We can say new and we return an error. Okay, because yep, is spelled wrong. So this is inside or out down here. Okay, you can see that we because we're logged in now, we have access. We can do whatever we want. Okay, but now let's log out. Let's say new post. Okay, this shouldn't be working. Right hook the flag is missing the page to get post. Sign in, login, and new post. Okay. Because you can see that this is empty. I forgot to add this, so we're going to set two consoles just to see that user is not set and the user status. Okay, let's see if we get that. Let's close this. So we got here, we still have access, of course, but you can see that we get this user is not set because we don't have a user. And after that, we just need to do something that is redirecting to a login. So when we do all this, we go to new post, but it says welcome back, email and password, so we get redirected. You can see that it says user is not logged in, and it's even prompting that. So let's say login. There's several ways that you can use to redirect to the old component that you have, storing it inside the state, I think. I can remember, so we will do that later. We'll show you a little example later. So let's say new post. You can see we have access to new post, and you can see that this is the user we want. Okay, we get the user, and if I do this, okay, even though it's not getting it, we have the user login, and the user should be shown inside the props, and we get all the that the application knows we have a user logged in even though we refreshed, and that's it. We can perform all our actions as usual. and we can see the buttons. And if we log out, we already took care of showing the buttons or not and all that. So I'm just going to add something that is the image, so we can Redux is this one. So I can call this one done. Let's go to source. I think I added. Okay, I'm just checking my other. I have this image, so let's actually do this, and let's come back here. Let's go to source. You can see I don't have the image. Let me just copy this one and paste it. And if you go back, okay, because I didn't add the image, let me go to main, and where is that? We have an image exported here just to add the image. Okay, this is the name of the image. I'm going to import it just like that as image, and we have an image here below this div. So you can see it adds. You can add this seed index to, so you can display this in front of the image. Move this. You have the style there. Okay. So I think that's it. You can see that we try to go to new post and we get redirected. So that is working. So I think that's it. This is the end of the series. I'm going to keep working with React with some other things I have planned. And yeah. So yeah, this is it. And comment if you have a comment. Whatever, I will appreciate all the feedback you provide, and expect to see more tutorials. The next one is going to be also a React Firebase without the Redux, okay, so you can see how we handle that in case you're interested, and see you on the next one.